Hey everyone, back with another product review. Today I'm taking a look at the TP3D gear cover for team associated laydown and layback transmissions. Um, I've seen this 3D printed gear cover, when Associated dropped the laydown and layback transmissions, you don't have a gear cover unless you run a stand-up 3 gear, and the kits include a stand-up 3 gear cover. But, a lot of these new buggies and trucks and everything are designed for high bite indoor tracks, carpet tracks. But if you run loose dirt outdoors, off-road, or even dirt oval, you can get dirt and stuff in the gear train. So I thought I'd pick this up to try it with my Midwest Bod build. All right, so let's open this thing up here. As you can see, it comes in a nice little polyfill bag. And I have lots of these polyfill bags, so um, let's get rid of this thing here. So as you can see, I have lots of polyfill bags, so I got plenty of these. I'll just kind of add this one to the pile. You never know when you need to put some spare parts in there or whatever, right? So I'll set that aside. But yeah, basically you get the 3D transmission, and I got two of these. I'm not sure if this is my mistake. When I go to their website, they only show one, so I might have got a second one. But anyway, you get a 3D printed gear cover. It's pretty thick, and the idea is here, again, you can cover up your transmission gears, like your spur gear and pinion gear, because they're exposed now. If you run a buggy, that's not a problem because the body covers it, but for everything else, it is. So if you look at this, buggy build I'm working on here, the two pieces I got, again, I think I'm also at one, but it replaces this little cover here that's used to keep the body from running to the spur gear. Um, yeah, and you can see that this thing fits right over it nice because it's designed for that transmission plate. But again, they gave me two of those. I guess I got an extra one and someone got shorted somewhere, so I'll thank the people at TP3D in case, I don't know, maybe I need a spare or whatnot. Um, Let me go grab my Midwest mod here real quick because that's what I was going to use this for. All right, let's move this out of the way. All right, bring this over here. All right, so this Midwest mod build, I already removed like the existing transmission plate and the spur gear, pinion gear, all that stuff. Um, so basically, with this gear cover again, you're going to cover up your drivetrain that's exposed, your spur gear, pinion gear. So if you have a nice aluminum pinion gear, if you get rocks and stuff in there, you're going to chew it all up. Some people run those like plastic nylon pinion gears. Um, you don't have anything like that. So, or excuse me, if you have some, I don't have anything like that. But so again, I think they gave me two of these little adapters that basically attach to the backside of this motor cover or gear cover, excuse me, to hold it on. So again, I think they messed it up, but basically it goes on the transmission here. There's like three flathead screws that hold your motor plate on, and two of them, hold on the spur gear guard. And again, you just use the same screws. Not sure I got two, but maybe I just got lucky on that one. But on their website, they only show one, so I guess I can set the other one aside. Let's move this out of the way here. All right. But yeah, I think I'll go through the process here. I'll get this thing installed, um, and then we'll try to put on the gear cover, and we'll see how it looks here when it's all done. Okay, so after the process is all installed, let's go to put this cover on here. Let me turn it up to the camera so it's a little easier to see here. All right, so again, I replaced this spur gear cover, the one that comes associated. I replaced it with theirs because you'll have screws that go on the backside attached to this thing. And let's see. Ooh, all right. Well, yeah, I guess I should have thought of this. Um, so yeah, my motor plate I'm using is carbon fiber. I think it's a Custom Works carbon fiber motor plate. So yeah, that's my bad. It's a little longer than the normal associated plate. It's got bigger slots in it, so let me turn it up. So it's got these bigger slots so that if you want to really run some big pinions, you can, because you got more room to adjust the motor. So yeah, the spur, yeah, excuse me, this motor cover guard won't fit this. So I'll have to see if I have an associated one, maybe another JCon one laying around, which that's my bad. So, all right, well, I'll go take a look. Be right back.
All right, we're back. So yeah, I guess that's a good note. If you're running one of these, I believe this is a Custom Works. Don't quote me on that, but I believe this was a Custom Works motor plate. It has these bigger slots, so you can really gear up and run bigger pinions. Anyway, that doesn't work with this design. That's no fault on TP3D. I mean, they made it for the associated, not this thing, which is a little bit longer. So that's my bad. Set that aside in the pile. Luckily, I still have one of these motor plates. Because again, B6 anything parts are getting a little harder to find just because Associates discontinued and they're on to the 7 series. But this is the J Concepts Laydown, Layback transmission motor plate. They're honeycomb design. It's blue. They also offer black, but I still had one of these laying around, so I'm going to open this guy up and we'll go with that one. This one, again, comes in a nice poly bag that's resealable, so I'll put this in the pile. But this one should match up perfectly with what they got going on, because when J Concepts designed this one, it was made to fit associated stuff. So I'm gonna line it up. Yeah, see that? It's gonna be a nice, perfect fit there. Okay, so back to what we were doing before. I got 3 10mm screws. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Again, these screws are recessed for the flathead screws. And with these little recessed areas, I'm going to flip it around because that way it's flush against here, which is what I want. And again, maybe that's the way it's designed. Their website doesn't really have install instructions, but the more I think about it, these little recessed areas might be for kind of like these circle parts on the transmission. So this actually might work out better. But yeah, we're learning as we go here. If there was instructions, I probably wouldn't read it, right? So, all right, so I'm gonna kind of get those in place. Sorry if it doesn't look the best here on this overhead camera, but I'm gonna get those in place. Move this up here, get everything lined up, and start these screws again. All right, so they're all feeling nice and snug now. I'm gonna go a little bit, and I'm not overdoing it. I want them nice and snug. Plastic will hold the screws in, right? All right, so that's all on there. And like I said, they gave me 2 of these. I think that was a mistake, so it's just a benefit for me. I got the spur gear and everything. I'm not gonna put it all together. Maybe I'll do it off camera and then just kind of show it together. But key is, I slipped this bad boy on. Oh yeah, see, that fits perfect. And I believe, let me see. I have my phone here. I had their page pulled up. They don't give you screws, but they said the cover attaches to the backing plate, which again is this thing I just put on here. This backing plate attaches with 2 440 screws. Doesn't even say the length. 440 screws are pretty common. I mean, I got gobs of them from kits and stuff. It doesn't say if you go flathead, if you go button. I'll probably go button, but I'll look at the length and then I'll let you guys know. If you look at their design, I'm assuming this kind of like this little barrel here that lines up with the holes. It looks pretty deep, so you can go a pretty long screw. I mean, I guess I would guess maybe halfway, just enough to make sure it's not gonna come off. Again, the longer screw, the more secure, but it takes a lot longer to take off. All right. One nice thing when you don't run a motor cover on these modern, buggies and trucks and whatever, is that it's easier to check the spur gear, check your gear mesh to make sure it's not off. So I might only run something that's fairly short, maybe 8mm, something like that. But yeah, we'll take a look at it. So we'll put this all together, put on the gear cover. And the next step will be to run at the track. Again, I could run it without a gear cover, so you can kind of see how filthy it gets. And I can put a gear cover on it, and obviously it's going to be better looking when I have the gear cover on it. There is a little bit of a cutout down here. I guess this is for this is made for associated transmission. That's what's in this Midwest mod. So this little cutout, I guess, is just for like rear blocks or something. I mean, for me, I have plenty of room, but hopefully it won't be big problem. So yeah, we'll get this all installed and then we'll take a look at it. All right, so I got spur gear on, pinion gear, everything's gear mesh is all right. Got the motor attached, everything's good there. Their site says 440 screws. I might have some 440 screws like in my old B4 part boxes, but I'm not gonna dig through that. I did kind of look at it, and I'm gonna go with these 3x8 millimeter screws. I mean, if you take 440 and convert it to millimeter, it's like 2 point something, so it's fairly close to 3. And really, I mean, from my experience, this 3D printed stuff or even plastic molded parts, if I use a screw that's a little bigger than the hole is designed for and it goes in, should be fine. It's just, I have to use it from there on out. And it's a little big for these two. So we're going to basically thread those in and kind of get the holes started. And for this, I think actually we'll use a drill. But basically, I kind of want to get the hole, pre-tapped, I guess you could say. Do it here before I'm trying to actually do it when it's up there. When I got it to, so you see you can pull out some parts. So basically now that I've kind of tapped it with this 3x8 millimeter screw, this is what I got to use going forward, which should be fine. The whole, or there's enough material, I'm not going to strip this thing out, looks like. So let's get this one started. Being everything is so metric now, I'm actually surprised they recommended 4x40, but I don't know, maybe that's more common in durable stuff. But everything I got is metric pretty much nowadays. All right, and now that I'm doing this, I probably should have done it for this little thing too, because I'm going to kind of make a mess here, but it is what it is. So let's, oops, lost my screw. Here we got this one. All right, so we're going to kind of pre-tap these two. We'll go from this side. I mean, they'll be the same no matter what. I'm just going to look and I don't make sure oh, geez, I went right in there. Okay, it was a little snug, but it actually slid in there. So let's pull that out. All right, well, we don't have to tap those, so to speak. So again, now that I'm using this J-Concepts motor plate, it's designed, or this cover is designed for associated motor plate, and the J-Concept one is compatible. So kind of hold that up, and I'll tilt it up here. So you can see once that motor cover is on, this little plate, or this thing that replaces stock spur gear cover, that's going to hold it all in place. So it'll be 2 screws, and it's a little different that you got to go this way. Depending on what you're running, as you can see, I'm putting this driver across here. Maybe you're running 2 shocks or something. I don't know. Everything will be a little different depending on what your car setup is, but I can see that be a problem with some guys where this stuff's physically in the way. I think I'm going to be okay on this one. It's close to where this waterfall mount is, but I don't have the waterfall mount installed. So here we go. And I just don't want to overdo this, so we'll do it by hand here. Okay, nice and snug. Oops. All right, so it is on there. Again, I went with the 8mm link screw. By the design with these, barrel pieces here, I guess, where the screws go, I mean, you can put a super long screw in there. Maybe that's good if you kind of, if you use this a lot, take it on and off a lot and strip the holes out. You got more material, just put in a longer screw, right? I mean, I do that on other cars. If it gets stripped out, put a longer screw in. But yeah, it looks pretty solid now. Kind of hold it up there. So it's definitely not going to come off. Like I said, the next race I go to, I can test it with it on and off. Or I don't know, maybe I won't, because honestly, I mean, what's it going to do, right? It's just everything's going to get dirty. Clearly now it's not going to get dirty. Again, there is this little gap here that maybe a rock or something could get thrown up in there. But, that'd just be really bad luck if that happens. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid. Again, the guys at TP3D did a good job. They designed it for the laydown or the layback motor plate from Associated, and I just showed you it works in the J-Concepts one too if you still have one of those laying around. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like it. Put a comment below. Let me know if you want to see more things like this. And of course, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you get future notifications. And we do offer memberships. This video will be posted up for members only for, I don't know, a week or two, maybe a couple of weeks. So if you want to help support the channel, get me more interested in doing projects like this, let me know. and become a member. If the channel expands and we do more member only videos, maybe we'll do contests, giveaways, all that fun stuff. But currently, I think I only have a few members, and thanks to those guys for supporting me. But yeah, the more the merrier. So anyway, catch you on the next one.